A historic mine in Arizona with 6 million ounces of silver in past production, in right 3 kilometers in close proximity to one of the largest or the largest copper deposit, undeveloped copper deposit in the world. And that is Silver King. And today I'm joined by Alan Lambert, CEO of Prismo Metals. And he is developing the Silver King mine and the deposit around it. So, hello, Alan.
Hello, Leon. Nice to be on your show.
Great. So let's jump right into it. So you had a news release, and maybe tell us about first what is Silver King? So this historic mine, and what have you found there?
Yes, so thank you. So Prismo Metals has four different projects, and one of our priority project now is the one you mentioned, Silver King. Silver King is located in the famous Arizona copper belt, but there's also a lot of silver there, hence the name Silver King. And it is just outside the town of Superior, which is a 55-minute drive from Phoenix International Airport. So it's got great access and infrastructure. And Silver King is as you said, is a very important past silver producer. It was in the late 1800s, early 1900s. It was it's a famous mine. People can look it up. They'll find a lot of information about it. There was a town that was built around it. And then it just stopped producing in the early 1900s. And it got in the hands of the Dean family, a local family of ranchers and miners, and they sat on it. They've been sitting on it since 1990, 91. And we recently optioned it and started exploring the property, which had never been formally explored, certainly not with modern techniques. So the first thing that we did was to put boots on the ground, and we made a major discovery, which is the identification of two new veins that have never been mapped. One of the veins is a silver vein. The other one is probably a very high potential in copper.
Hmm.
And what it means is that if people felt that, or they were wondering, is there anything left, after they mined it 100 years ago? Well, we feel that there is a lot left, and we've just discovered that there's exactly what we were looking for, more potential for exploration, drilling, and hopefully define a new resource there.
Yeah, I mean, especially at today's silver prices. So silver is really surging. We have 39 US dollar per ounce now. And yeah, it's really looking good. And also, project economics can be much better. So if you look at a past producing mine, and silver prices back then were a fraction. Yeah, so there probably is a lot like in the mine itself, but these new discovered veins. So how would you proceed exploring for those if there's more mineral potential?
Next thing is we want to drill.
Hmm.
So we have filed a permit application, in our cases with Forest Services. So it's federal land, and we feel it's going to be a fairly straightforward process because it's already disturbed area because it's a former mine and there was actually a town there. So we've been in touch with the Forest Services. We've had meetings, and our application went in a while back, hoping to get their feedback here in the next couple of weeks. And hopefully there's not too much that concerns them, and hopefully we can get to the approval sometime in September.
All right. And then the drilling will be when?
So as soon as we get permitted, we have plans to start drilling. And so there are two areas of interest now. So the first one was to try to define what's around the old mine shaft, and that remains a high priority target area. And now, just as important as the drilling of the new vein, especially the silver vein, which is what's our priority right now, is the silver content at Silver King project.
Exciting. Okay. Let's jump like back to the more general overview. So, Prismo Metals, what is it all about? So what's the strategy, the stage, and tell us a little bit about the other projects.
Yes. So we have one project in Mexico. It's called Palos Verdes. It's also a silver project. We've drilled it quite a bit since we went public. We got over 7,000 meters of drilling there, made a significant silver discovery. And after we went public, we became surrounded by Vizsla Silver. Your listeners would be familiar with Vizsla. They made a major discoveries, more than one, in the Panuco district where we are. And they ended up surrounding us. Their ground surrounds us on three sides. They're our large shareholder, their strategic partner. We have a committee together to explore the district. And so they've announced publicly that one of their areas of interest for exploration is Palos Verdes, where we are. So with respect to the asset in Mexico, we're going to wait for our partner Vizsla to come, and I will see who's going to do the next part of drilling there. I'm expecting and hoping it would be them. And then in Arizona, we're well known in the public markets for our project called Hot Brecha, which is a copper project. Hot Brecha was drilled in the 70s by Kennecott, which is Rio Tinto. It's just adjacent to the old Christmas mine, which is owned by Freeport. It's no longer operating. And we like to describe it as probably the most exciting, most promising deep-seated copper exploration project in Arizona. It's about 40K to the southeast of Resolution Copper, as you mentioned, is the largest undeveloped copper deposit in the world. And so with respect to Hot Brecha, we're in discussions with majors, and we'd like to get them to come in and drill. We got the permits for Hot Brecha, so we're in discussions, and we've announced that in our press releases that we're favoring bringing in a major to do the drilling. And then we have the two projects we optioned this summer, Vizsla Silver and Silver King. Vizsla is also an old silver mine. And so we're going to be doing a little bit of work there, but our priority at Prismo remains to drill the Silver King project as soon as we can.
Yeah, I like how you have a clear focus here, but still the other projects you have a plan for development with joint venture partners, potential partners,
That's right.
Bringing in value.
That's right. That's
Right.
right.
Tell us about the financial situation. When was the last time you went to the market? How much is left? So do you have to finance for the next exploration stages?
So in July, we did a financing. We started. I think at the time we just wanted to reposition some people. Our stock was around 5 cents, and announced a small placement and more than doubled the interest. So we closed on more than that, and then we had more interest. So we did a placement at 6 cents, and so raised a bit more than $1 million in July. A lot of it is still there, and we're using that primarily for the work that we're doing at Silver King. Our stock's done well since, more than double, and we want to produce and put out some more results. We've got samples that are in the lab, put that out, and a variety of other potential developments at Silver King that we want to announce. And probably we want to raise a little bit more money sometime in September at higher prices to fund the drilling at Silver King. And I mean, it's not the big campaign, because the mineralization is at surface. So you're talking 50 to 75, 100-meter holes.
Yeah.
So,
and if you hit a vein, and it's really high grade material, which we can expect maybe, according to the history of this region, that could potentially, and full disclosure, so it's forward-looking statements, but that could potentially lift the share price, help you raise at a higher price, and make this a real
That's
success.
exactly that. Yeah, that's how we see it too, Florian.
Yeah. Let's point viewers, listeners to the investment case. So, what would you say is why should investors have a look at the story right now?
Yeah. So let's look at it this way. So we've got 83 million shares. We trade at 10 cents. I'll call it an $8 million market cap. I believe that the asset, the silver asset, Palos Verdes in Mexico, is worth multiples of that. So, our once at the right time, and Vizsla has a right of first refusal on it. So at the right time, hopefully we'll be selling it to Vizsla. That's certainly, I think everybody's preference. And then we have the hot breccia where, as I said, we're in discussions. So I'm hoping that a big player will put up the money and will hopefully be retaining a non-dilutive interest where we don't have to further put dollars, which could be, worth, a lot, billions. And we're hoping that we will be lucky at Silver King and prove up our theory that there's a lot more silver left behind around the mine. And then with this new discovery announced today, so I mean, it produced 6 million ounces. Does it have the potential for that and more? We certainly believe that. So low market cap, two high value projects that we don't have to put more dollars towards, and success through the drill bit at Silver King, and I think that could re-rate our share price.
Yeah, and we see like midterm potential, but also short term. So as soon as there's exploration results coming out, yeah, this could be a game changer. So thank you very much for this interview today, Alan.